Alright. Okay. Oh, it says unstable. I just want to wrap up this story quest. Oh, if it makes me do it again, that's going to be such a bummer. Alright, let's see where it pops me back in at. Sorry about that. Gotta love my internet. Excited when I move at the end of the month. Oh. Gotta do this again? Oh, nope. Oh, did it just skip the end of it? That makes me so sad. Enter the tunnel at the end of the underquest. Okay, no, it says enter it. 71? I am definitely not that. Okay. I don't know. It punted me out in the middle of the cutscene. I think I have to do it again. Always, if I'm not having technical difficulties, it is not a Kavi stream.
What type of monster is this?
But at least I know how to use Zhongli now. And I don't have to be afraid of sudden death.
Excellent. Taking revenge for sealing me away will be all the easier.
So, the little girl is your power incarnate. But if you recall, Ishtahan, this is not how we intended for events to transpire.
Waste not your words. Your life is mine.
Stabilize. Quake.
Oh, I didn't hold it long enough. Oh no, flee for just a moment. There we go.
Gather.
Boop.
Crumble.
He's so angry. He just forgot that we were BFFs.
There is no atonement for 1,000 years of pain.
But we're friends. You just forgot about it. Oh no.
Solidify.
There we go.
Solidify. Gather. Stabilize. I will have.
All right.
Is once not enough? You would forsake me again?
I mean, you're confused,
If that
I
is
think.
what you choose to believe, so be it. He who bears the weight of memory is destined to shoulder the burden of truth, as it ought to be. Solidify! Solidify!
Keep back!
Solidify!
Oh, nope, this one. There we go.
Rise!
There we go.
There is no atonement for 1,000-year pain!
Yep, we need our shield back. Oh, there we go.
Gather!
Boop. But I wanted this one too. And this one.
Gather!
Fisher! From rock to dust, sooner or later.
Solidify!
Be crushed.
Solidify!
Almost did another.
Will not absolve you! Morax, you think you can destroy me?
Stabilize! Stabilize!
Fisher!
Solidify!
Oh, he's got so much HP.
Stabilize!
Time for takeoff.
There is no atonement for 1,000-year pain!
Gather!
Excuse me for just a moment. There we go.
Gather! Solidify!
Just take a nap, my dude. Alright. Let's try this again, hopefully without it crashing.
Morax,
Yep,
You should call.
fate
you're one half of two. You're angry.
You have.
Bro, you've forgotten we were friends.
Morax.
That's right, I'm not Kunjun, I'm really an ancient god in the body of this person.
Yes. Forgive me. Allow me heaven and earth.
No,
When the seal. That's when it occurred to me.
the
Uh-huh.
audacity.
Yep.
I was another power awakened with the loosening of the seal. 2 weeks I was barely conscious. I couldn't remember who I was. Only the
Find
I
Morax
had
and aid
sensed
him.
that
There we
Something
go.
was amiss when you mentioned Dragonfall. Had your power been but a little stronger, I would have recognized you.
Don't blame yourself. I have
Changed beyond
it's
recognition.
been
There would be
Yep,
no
tell us the
harm.
tale. It cut out in the middle of it.
Ishtaha
Here we go.
was once a friend and ally of the Geo Archon. The memories of rocks do
Erosion.
not last.
Here we go.
Erosion ground Ajdaha's consciousness into oblivion. Slowly, he forgot the face of his old friend, and his memories of defending Liyue Harbor. Ajdaha, now incomplete, became irascible, aggressive.
What would you expect? It was humanity that attacked the ley lines that sustained me.
Ah.
This much is true, which is why you attacked the chasm. Why you waged war against Morax. In the beginning, in order to open up new territory and increase production, the citizens of Liyue came to the mountains to mine. Overexploitation caused the ley lines to quake, which brought untold suffering to us. Erosion made us even more savage. No matter how we struggled, we lost the ability to coexist with humanity. We lost all reason. Morax shared with us some of his power to prevent further erosion. But it was futile. Everything returns to dust. It is the natural order, an unstoppable force. And so, we became you.
Oh.
And from your will, I emerged. I am your final contract. Witness the promise between Ajdaha and Morax. You can hate me, but you cannot deny me.
No. No!
I am the remnants of Ajdaha's benevolence, the echo of a contract set in stone. I harbor a willingness to go further, a willingness to coexist peacefully with mankind.
No, no! This is I, Ajdaha, forged of elemental crystal, bearer of the weight and memories of the earth, older than the mountains and the oceans that decides. I will not swear allegiance to this insect.
I mean, he's not an insect.
Morax is not an insect.
Attaboy, you tell him.
A lord over insects is nothing but an insect in turn.
Rude.
You forgot yourself. Nobody held Morax in higher regard than you or I. That which you have forgotten, I hold here in my heart. If you are the memory of the earth, then I am the memory of coexistence. Of coexistence with humanity. All powers under heaven, rise and fall of land and sea.
A star appears within the wild. A sun ascends as bright as jade. Strange. What is this feeling?
Again, it's the power of friendship.
And all this.
You are spent, and I will soon disappear.
No.
Before I do, heed these words. In the wilderness, snow falls on a spring day. In an instant, it will melt. Even where it is fleeting and leaves no trace. Even where it will never fall again.
No! That isn't true! I don't accept this as fate!
Perhaps it isn't, but it remains an inevitable misfortune.
More axe!
Oh, that's sad.
The little girl vanished.
Eroded?
Are you satisfied, Ajdaha?
I had to make amends. Satisfaction had no part in it. So, Morax, you call yourself Zhongli these days.
I do.
Well, I'm afraid old habits die hard. To me, you're Morax.
As you please.
I never did forget your gift of sight.
I hardly lifted a finger. Think nothing of it.
Oh.
And yet, you could see. You wouldn't know the yearning of a blind dragon, searching for the sun. A pair of eyes, from Morax to Ajdaha. This, I will remember this.
Your power is nearly spent.
Ah, Perceptive as always, my friend.
Shall we get going, you and I?
Surely the pressing matter is still that of the miners trapped outside the seal.
Indeed. Hence the need to get going. To fix the damage left in your wake.
Straight down to business as always. Let's go.
Yay! They gave me a chest. Alright. That's sad. Like his friend forgot. That sucks.
We need to go back and check on the miners.
I'm going. Look at me go. Hey, Uncle Dai.
So there you are. My men and I found your clues and followed them straight here.
Oh gosh, I love that Kunjun is like still glowing with power.
We found Mao in a tent at the campsite unconscious. It seems he'll be okay. Sadly, we found no trace of the other three.
What?
Huh? Young Kun, what is...
Nothing. Pay it no mind. Those three miners are over there, in that cave.
Your voice has changed and it sounds echoey. What's going on?
Cave? What happened?
They're exhausted, but not in danger. Don't worry.
Right. Well, thank you, all of you. I better go and see how they're doing.
So you're taking them back to Liyue Harbor?
That's right.
Can I come with you?
No problem. You rescued my men. I'll be happy to assist all of you in any way I can. I'll be back soon. I need to assess their condition.
Kunjun, we should be calling you Ezdaha. You're coming back to Liyue Harbor too, right?
Not I. Merely this body.
That's what I figured. He was just getting a ride for his host.
Once I'm gone, the true owner will accompany the miners back to Liyue. Kunjun hails from a family of famous artisans. He too will be famous in time. It would be a shame for someone of his talent to go missing.
You always did have a great admiration for blacksmiths.
Curious how swords and daggers are blind, yet their creators see so much. Perhaps empathy is mankind's proudest achievement after all.
Ezdaha. I am no longer the Geo-Archon.
I can sense it.
Today I am just an ordinary citizen of Liyue.
Even you met such a fate. Let's get the difficult part out of the way. I cannot guarantee that I won't be awoken a second time.
No matter. If that day comes to pass, Liyue must prepare itself to face you.
And how will Liyue fare without Rex Lapis?
Even without a god above, this remains a nation of men. I was once their god. I ought to be here to witness their rise and fall.
All life is shaped and then ground away by the endless flow of time. You were always the strongest among us. Yet, it would seem that even you have been eroded. That's unimportant. Fate is ordained by heaven. Even if our mission had already concluded, it would be cowardly not to strike out on the road of departure. You may live forever, doomed to a lonely existence. Yet, even this is temporary. When you reach the end of time, those people, those past and future relationships predetermined by fate, they will be waiting for you.
Well, and thankfully there are some other Adepti that he can hang out with, so he won't be completely alone.
I do not pretend to match your rhetoric when it comes to the subject of a life long lived. I fear that the life of an elemental being is longer than any in this world.
Were it not so, you would have killed me long ago, and would not be having to face me again now.
You've brought a smile to my face. When all is said and done, a reunion between old friends is an auspicious occasion.
It is.
That day in the chasm. Did you hesitate?
A heart of stone is a heart nonetheless. But I am the god of contracts, and was for a time a god of the people of Liyue.
You chose justice. but did not forsake your kindness. You came to me not as an assassin, and so I was willingly sealed away.
The movements of the Earth Dragon can tremble the earth and shake the heavens. With your abilities, even at my full strength, I struggled to confront you, let alone seal you away.
Jeez.
Hence my inception. Do not forget that I was there with Liyue's founder. The face may have changed, but the content of the contract remains intact. Old friend. God of contracts. I hereby honor our agreement.
Thank you, Ashtaha.
My life is nigh on eternal. I will go on with the infinite flow of time. And you, Morax, you too will live for many a day to come.
Yep.
You're leaving?
If it is fated,
Time to
Morax,
go.
we will meet again.
Oh. Oh. This is the real Kunjun.
Yes. Don't be alarmed. He's only asleep.
Oh, good.
Wow. That was so weird. It was like he suddenly became another person.
Because he did.
In fact, we have yet to meet the real Kunjun.
What about Ashtaha? He was a good friend.
He was.
Oh.
Centuries may have passed since then, but events from 1,000 years ago remain crystal clear in my mind.
What a blessing and a
In our
curse.
last tale, Rex Lapis was walking alone in the mountains.
Dun, dun, dun.
He heard a remote voice, unlike any other, coming from a crack in the earth.
Most of the ancient Geo life forms
I like
that
his old
lived below
outfit.
Liyue are blind, having not seen the sunlight for an age.
The voice was sometimes sad and song-like. Other times it was loud and thunderous. The Lord of Geo searched here and there before finally unearthing a strange stone from the bedrock.
That's how Ashtaha was. I answered his wish and took him above ground.
The Lord of Geo took pity on the rock spirit and carved it into a magnificent work of craftsmanship, a vivid representation of a dragon.
I bestowed him with a pair of eyes to see the world and came to an agreement with him.
With his fingers, he made 2 eyes, quicker than words could tell. Lightning flashed and thunder roared, and a living, breathing dragon soared into the clouds.
I agreed to let him live among the people above ground, but if the day ever came when he brought ruin to order, he would once again be sealed in the dark.
The dragon accompanied the Lord of Geo, fighting campaigns alongside him in the 4 corners of the world. We have a saying to eulogize these events. The crash of a spear brought billowing dust. The mountains and waters made way at the sound. The sight of a dragon bestowed with a touch the promise of rainwater blessing the ground.
What a great story. Oh, I love that. Shortly afterward, Uncle Dai volunteers to take the unconscious Kunjun back to the city, along with the miners.
A 1,000 years ago, Ashtaha attacked the chasm. I tried to obstruct him, fighting him tooth and nail down the length and breadth of the mine. Finally, I brought him down and sealed him underground. During that battle, Dragonfall was born. Ashtaha could sense the stone. Subconsciously, he wanted to use it to find me. Despite being the victor, I could not claim to be stronger than he. And in his heart, he still retained an ounce of goodwill towards me, towards Liyue, towards life above ground. He was willing to be sealed away, but as the erosion set in, he forgot. Even I cannot avoid it. But there is something I understand better than most. When the door opens, it is time to leave. The greater the power, the greater the danger erosion may bring about. The millennia may come and go, but even a stone may tire. Personally sealing away an old friend. This is just one form of erosion I have endured.
Yeah, that sucks.
People abandon and surrender the things they love to pursue the right path.
Yep.
Perhaps this is the erosion imposed on me by the heavenly principles. But I was a god of mankind. My identity may change, but my eyes will bear witness to the history of humanity.
You still care a lot about Liyue.
Call it part of my duty. I must thank you both.
No worries.
I want to ask you something, okay?
About what?
Oh, about my brother.
Oh, yeah. Paimon
Oh.
nearly forgot. So, not long ago, we met a guy called Dane. He told us about Conria and the punishment of the gods. That's when we realized that those events were connected to the person we're searching for.
My brother.
Zhongli, you're a god. You've lived through thousands of years of history. Surely you experienced the incident?
I cannot say.
I mean, you cannot say.
Why? You can't even give us a thread of information? This is so important to us.
I understand. But I must apologize. This is my contract.
What do you mean who did you sign a contract with?
You mean another past grievance? Like the incident with Ejdaha? Too painful to talk about?
It was signed before it all began. I have always honored the contract. And kept my silence.
Dang it.
How can you be like that?
Because it's a contract and he does that, but damn it.
You two are friends to me.
Yes.
I can assure it brings me no pleasure to disappoint you. But as the god of contracts, I cannot go back on my word.
But you're not the god of contracts anymore. Like, I get it. I believe you. I understand.
Would you be ready to find out?
Oh, maybe?
It appears your understanding of this world continues to grow. There are many events of ages past. Many secrets that lie hidden.
It's such a pretty world.
They have been eroded by time. Forgotten by the people. Abandoned. But you are capable of finding them and bringing them into the light. Those who come to witness will witness. Those who are born to remember will remember. If you take the same road as that person, there may be more difficulties ahead. But as long as you firmly believe that you are on the right path, everything has meaning.
Okay. Oh.
This tablet was erected by Mountain Shaper. It names Ejdaha as a terrible dragon, and serves as a warning for later generations to stay away from this place, from the seal. It's a shame. There is a fine line between good and evil. If the good and evil within him could be summarized in a single sentence, well, never mind.
Like, you gaze quietly at Zhongli as he stands beneath the tree. Yeah, that sounds about right. Amidst the quiet, only the soft sound of wind can be heard. Time seems to transform into an invisible river, trickling away. A fleeting moment, 1,000 years in the mortal world. The rocks feel it, and so too does the earth and the gods. Oh, that was a good one. Oh, I love Zhongli so much. It's a problem. Okay. Let's see. Which one are we doing next? Oh, we should probably do Child next. Child is so awesome. Child or Xiao? Child or Xiao? That's going to be the hard question. Child or Xiao? I miss you, child, even though you betrayed me. Yep, That's his is Monoceros Kaylee. This one. So I will plan on doing that one tomorrow morning. Oh, thank you so much for joining me today and sticking through despite my technical difficulties. We love that when the
Right
hiccup
now,
when
I
the
wish
internet
I was
just
sitting at
goes
the top of
bloop.
a tree, looking out over a meadow, cider in hand.
Cider. He's made of lies. Cider is not what he would have in his hand. But yeah, I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their Saturday. I will be back tomorrow morning streaming this again. Same time. Thank you again for being here and for all the hints and help, especially in that boss fight where I didn't know how to use Zhongli. So thank you so much. Be safe and have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.